Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Senator.
Thank you.
You guys seem to be struggling a little bit with how to approach the new dynamic. Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus. The bus tour is well underway here in Georgia. If you are elected, what would you do on day one in the White House?
Dana, if you go to Kamala Harris's campaign page right now, they still don't have a policy.
Well, let's talk about policy
positions
versus
about what they're.
So I'm very clear about where I stand.
And was there some policy or scientific data that you saw that you said, oh, okay, I get it now? There's no evidence that Kamala Harris threw him overboard, but I want to move on to something that Governor Walz has called you and Donald Trump, and that is weird. How should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? One last question. Governor Walz served 24 years.
Sure.
He even stayed after he could have retired because of 9/11. He filed his election paperwork February 10th, 2005. He retired 2 months before they actually got the paperwork. I've seen a lot of statements from veterans, including those you served with, saying it's just untoward to be criticizing somebody who served for 24 years.
He decided to quit, to retire, whatever word you want to use.
Retire. The idea that you said that you were in war. Did you misspeak, as the campaign has said?
Dana, do you think that it's a problem that he said I went to war, but he didn't actually? That seems to be a problem to me.
Well, they've corrected that. Let's move on to when he called you and said he was pulling out of the race. What was that like? One last question. Why is not allowing her to end that pregnancy helpful or supportive of expanding families like you want it to be? Kamala Harris has 2 stepchildren. Pete Buttigieg and his husband have adopted twins. Do you recognize them as parents and more broadly as being part of families? You had to clarify that you had said that you and your wife used IVF, but it turned out you used a different kind of fertility in order to have children.
I criticize people for being anti-child, and I do think that Kamala Harris
Do you think she's
has made
anti-child?
some.
The photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces that you were just talking about on that viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
Okay, you've now asked me 3 questions about comments that I made 3 years ago. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she supported policies that opened the American southern border. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she lied to the American
I'm interviewing
people
you, not
about
Kamala
Joe
Harris.
Biden's middle facility for the office.
There aren't media lies. We play him and we let him speak for himself.